Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm going to talk about Ketu transit in Leo and its impact on Scorpio Rising. So anybody with a Scorpio Rising, Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Lagna or Moon in Scorpio. And this video is applicable for all of them. So before I talk about the transit, guys, I've shared my number in the description. I've shared my contact details as well as my email address. So anybody interested in a one-to-one consultation with me, and they can connect with me over WhatsApp or on my email address. Now, second thing is, I've Scorpio people, I've already shared. I've already created a series on all the risings from Aries to Pisces. So if you haven't watched the video on Scorpio rising, please go ahead and watch that video. It will give you a lot of insight. Now, the next is, before I talk about the transit, let me just give you a brief about, the character of planet Ketu. So Ketu is a planet which is completely opposite to the planet Rahu. Wherein Rahu is an extremely materialistic planet, Ketu is a very spiritual planet. Rahu is a planet, which doesn't have a base. Ketu is a planet which doesn't have a head. Rahu creates illusions. Ketu creates disillusions. Rahu attaches us towards the house where it sits or it transits, wherein Ketu detaches us from the house where it sits or it transits. Now, Ketu would be transiting in Leo, and Ketu would be transiting in your 10th house. Okay, 10th house is an Ukshaya house, and Ketu is a malefic planet. So, a malefic planet in a malefic house produces good results. Okay, now let's talk about the transit. So, what is this 10th house for? So, basically, 10th house is the house of your profession. It is the house of your employment. It is the house of your business. It is the house of your professional status. Okay? Your professional fame, your professional name. It is the house of your father. So everything related to around profession is 10th house. And Ketu is in a good transit, like in a good position. So what is this 1.5 years bringing for you as Scorpio people? So now the first thing, is that, if I said like Ketu is a planet which is meant for detachment. So you people, at your work, be it a business, be it a employment, okay, you people would be detached from the titles. You people would be detached from all kind of validation and external, what others think about you. You would not be bothered about, what your teammates are doing, what your competitors are doing, what promotions people are getting, what rise, a salary hike people are getting. As a business owner, you would not be interested in what is the market share of your competitor, what their customers talking about their product. You would not be interested in that. The only thing you would be interested is that, whatever work you are doing, am I doing it with the best of my ability? Am I getting better in this? Am I learning something out of it? Do I really know the job? Do I really know, like, what am I doing? Is this adding something to my skill set? Whatever work I'm doing today, is it going to help me in the future, in the long run? Same with the business, you would be more focused about whatever, like you could be in a product-based business or a service-based business. So the question you would ask during this time is that, is there a scope of improvement? Is there a scope that you can, enhance your product, create a better value for the customers? Is your product or a service resolving an issue, resolving a problem? So these are the things. So, what I'm trying to say is that, you would be needing a validation from inside. You would not be interested in what the external world talks about, your profession. But you would be validating it from inside that, it should be the best. You should be at your best. Like whatever you were in your business or your work, you should be better than your yesterday. That is the first thing you would experience in the next 1.5 years. Now, the second thing is about the, like I would say leadership. So during the next 1.5 years, you would be truly a leader, which means there is a difference between a leader and a boss. A leader leads by example, and a boss just makes sure that the work gets done. So a leader is the one, who is concerned about his employees. Even if you are in a salaried employee, you are in an authoritative position, you would be concerned about the people who are reporting you, right? You would be concerned about their metrics, their achievement, because in the end, like if they are doing their job right, it is, everything is coming to you. But whatever help, whatever guidance, you know, they would need from you, you would give that. Same thing with a business owner. Of course, your main aim would be that, business should grow. But you would also think that, along with the business, the people, my employees, they should also grow. They should also grow with the company. So this is also a very, spiritual effect you would see in the next 1.5 years. Now, the third thing is about the intuition, guys. And we all know one thing, we all live in a very dynamic world. We all live in a very complex world. One right decision professionally can take us at least 5 years ahead. One wrong decision professionally can take us 10 years behind, or we are out of the game. It is such, a competitive world. So here, and business, I would say, is all about decision making. You just have to make the right decisions, because we all have, option A, option B, option C. You have to choose. We can't work on all three options. There is limited time. There are limited resources. There is limited focus. So if you choose, either of these, out of these three or X number of options, if you go by your institution and not go by any suggestion or by consultant or by some, specialist, okay, just go by your intuition. Even if you are thinking of a career switch, of switching a job, of switching an industry, just go by the intuition, and you would see that you would land up at the right place. You would take the correct decision. That's the power of Ketu. And it is excellent with your intuition. It gives excellent intuition. I mean, it's kind of, you would be able to see the future in advance. So that's the next thing about Ketu. Now, the next thing is about the billboard. Ketu is not a billboard. You would not like to talk a lot about your achievements at work. You would not like to market a lot. You would not like to boast. You would not like to be in the spotlight, the center stage, or talking a lot about the work. The only thing you would be interested is doing solid work, which is giving you a very strong competitive edge, with a very strong competitive edge for the future. The only thing you would be interested that I should be excellent at my job. I should be learning new things every day. So the acknowledgement, needs to be from within, not from the world, not from the external world. You won't care about the claps and the clap on the back or pat on the back. I'm sorry. The appreciation, the acknowledgements. So the next thing is, of course, about, as I said, is the acknowledgement. You would not care much, what others are saying, whether your leaders are, giving a pat on the back, appreciating, your team members, what is your, everyone else is thinking about you. You would not care about that. You would care that I should be at my absolute best. I should know what I'm doing. And, this skill set remains with me forever. Because, this skill set, I'm going to use it in my future. I mean, this becomes that, this is the kind of, thinking you would develop in the next 1.5 years, where you are, saying that, I need to know that I am good with my work, not the rest of the world. It doesn't matter what they think. Now, during this time, guys, you would see, I would give a quote of Bhagavad Gita where it says that, just do the job and don't care about the result. So Ketu is a very religious planet. Ketu is a very spiritual planet. If you develop this approach of work is worship, in the next 1.5 years, you would see, I mean, you just go and do the work and tell yourself that I'm going to do it with the best of my ability, with my 100% integrity, and I'll give my 200% or 150% to this work, what I'm doing. This is my God, this is my worship, and I don't care what the results would be. Ketu would reward you, would give you all the acknowledgement, would take care of everything else. So if this kind of approach you develop towards your work, your profession, you're going to get extremely good rewards from the Ketu. Now, the next thing is, as I said, this is also the house of your father. So yes, there is a possibility that, your father may face some little bit of health issues, or, you may face some disagreements with the father. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about this transit, guys. Now, the next thing I want to say is what I have said is, about Scorpio people passing through with Ketu times, like Ketu Mahadasha or Ketu Antardasha. So the ones with Scorpio ascendant not passing through with Ketu times, the impact would be much milder, right? Also, there is one more condition which we have to see is like what Mahadashas you're passing through with, and what is the condition of Ketu in your natal chart. So in case, Ketu in your natal chart is not well placed, in that case, yes, guys, there is a possibility that you may face, some professional problems. So be prepared for that. So, the position of Ketu in the natal chart is very, very important. Only then, we can be able to predict exactly what is the next outcome of the next 1.5 years professionally. So that's mostly what I wanted to talk about, guys, about this transit. So if you've liked this video, I would request you to press the subscription, to press the bell notification, and also please add a comment, because your comment, it kind of, it validates my effort. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks a lot for your time, and you have a great evening. Thank you.